I owe my life to this software, and pretty soon you will too. This program has saved me so much time as a professional guitarist, and it has saved me from so many onstage blunders. Of course, I am talking about Guitar Pro. It is a powerful tab editor. It will let you read play-along tabs with rhythmic notation. It lets you transpose songs with the click of a button, and it lets you notate music for hundreds of instruments, not just guitar. You may have heard of this software before, and I know what you're thinking. It's too expensive. It's too much to learn. It's just got too much going on. But I'm telling you, it is all worth it. This is gonna help you become a better guitar player, I promise. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through everything you need to know about Guitar Pro, my one trick for beginners to get better, faster, and why you should start using it today. Guitar Pro is a tab editor and a tab play-along software. So you can input tabs and you can download tabs from the internet and then play them back and play along to them. I started using Guitar Pro because I would find songs online for students, and inevitably there would be a part of the song that's wrong, especially doing guitar solos. I found out that you can download Guitar Pro files and edit them, and then you have complete control. There's songs with like 8 different guitar tracks on it, and we had to go in and split the tracks and whatever. That's stuff that you can do in Guitar Pro that would be insane to try and do on Sibelius or Finale or things that are not focused on guitar. Guitar Pro gives you the freedom to actually create something. First off, you're gonna need to download it. The best place to buy Guitar Pro and any other music software you need is, of course, sweetwater.com. They will always take great care of you. Some basic controls of Guitar Pro. Wherever you click, that's gonna be essentially your playhead, as if you're in a DAW. And then your space bar is your start and stop. So if I'm playing my tabs week 1 from a Hal Leonard book and I hit my space bar, there you go, music to my ears. You hear a metronome going, right? Well, what if we don't want a metronome? We can click this metronome button right here and turn that off. Now there's no metronome. Well, what if I wanted to play along? I can hit this little hourglass here, and that will give us a 1 measure count in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're in. That gives you a bar to get ready. We can add in these pick stroke things, right? That's Shift D to do a downstroke, Shift U to do an upstroke. We can add in repeat signs. To change the length of a note, we have Shift plus, makes it faster from whatever you're on. And just the minus sign makes it 1 subdivision slower. So if we're at a quarter note and I hit minus, it'll become a half note and then a whole note. If I hit Shift plus, from a whole note becomes a half note, becomes a quarter note, becomes an eighth note, etc. So we have these panels here. You can see what all this stuff does, right? If I highlight that, you can also change your note values here. You can do your octave stuff here. You can do your triplet feel, your time signature, your key signature, your clef. You won't need to do that for guitar, but you have a ton of articulations here, which will come up in soloing, so I'll talk about that in a second. You can also change your tuning. Let's say you like having your guitar tuned to E flat. This is standard. I can go right there. I can keep the fingering, or I can adjust the fingering to play these notes with different fingering. You can change the sounds here. You can add pedals, whatever. There's a ton of stuff that you can do. So how do we download Guitar Pro files? What does that even mean? It is a simple process. We're gonna go on ultimate-guitar.com. You've probably heard this before. We're gonna search the song that we want. Today we're gonna learn Float On by Modest Mouse. And right up here, you can see we have all official chords, tab, Guitar Pro, power, bass, drums. We're gonna click Guitar Pro. We're gonna pick the Guitar Pro file that has the most stars. We're not gonna click official because you can't download the official. So even though their official tab is probably great, we're not gonna use that today. Now we're gonna scroll to the bottom of this page, we're gonna hit download, and then we're gonna just open this fool. When you first open a tab, it's gonna look like this. Let's listen. Okay, yeah, that sounds like Float On. So if I were to play, it would go. Great, okay. When I download a tab, I clean it up just a little bit right at the top by taking out the standard notation. So how you do that is go to your right column here, and we're gonna just hit that, so the standard notation goes away, and that leaves us with just our tabs and our rhythmic notation attached to the tab. And you can move all of these, right? We have our drums and our bass and our other stuff. We can put our guitar up. Now, why Guitar Pro is great is because we can play along. We got our 4 count in and our metronome. But you know what? This is kind of fast for me. Let's try this at 70%. Cool. What if I did this whole thing? There's just tons of stuff that you can do with this that is so helpful. So that's how to download and use tabs. Here is my one trick that I love for beginners using Guitar Pro. So we're gonna go back to Ultimate Guitar. We're gonna download a song that I know this is gonna work well for. Wow, they got a lot of Guitar Pros for Judas Priest. I don't know what that says about Judas Priest fans. Nerds. The trick here is we're gonna make sure that we can count every eighth note, and we're gonna put in all of our pick strokes. My big thing is that I want you to keep your hand moving and know that your downstrokes go on the beats and your upstrokes go on the ands. Guitar Pro is wonderful because it shows you right over your notes that your hand keeps moving. For example, if you're playing this blues riff here, you're playing all your notes, so this one makes sense. We go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's cool, that's pretty simple. But right here, we have a tie on the and of beat 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and, you see it in parentheses. That means we still move our hand up, but we don't strike the string. Right here on beat 3 of measure 2, we have a downstroke where we don't strike the string, and you see that downstroke in parentheses. So, sounds like this. That helps a ton when you're getting used to keeping your hand moving. So we're gonna do that here for this Judas Priest song. We got 1, we know this is a quarter note, 2, 3, 4, and. So I just made sure that we can see every eighth note if it's syncopated. And if you really want to get like super crazy with it, you can go like this too. So now, you can see every note, every eighth note, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And this riff is pretty syncopated. We have notes that are on the beat and we have notes that are on the and. So if we slowed this down, we'd have 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It shows us exactly what we're supposed to do with our right hand, even when we're not striking the strings. It just puts it in parentheses. So I love that about Guitar Pro because it reminds you not to stop your hand moving ever. We talked about transposition. This is a big thing in Guitar Pro. This is great, especially if you're not super fast on your theory. This shouldn't take the place of you using your ear and learning theory, but this is a great way for you to check that your math is right. Don't be lazy. We've got Basket Case by Green Day here. Wow, sounds just like Billy Joe. It's so beautiful. Now, this is in the key of E flat. What if I want to transpose? I'm gonna go to Tools, and let's say I don't want this a half step down. I'm gonna tune this up to standard. Keep the fingering, okay. Okay, now it sounds like my guitar, that's good. All right, but let's say this key is bad for our singer. So we're gonna go Tools, Transpose, and we're gonna go up, transpose, all bars, and we'll do all tracks. If you do just the current track, it will just do the track that you're on. Or maybe that's too high and we wanna go lower now. Wonderful tool. You're in control now, which is nice. Another thing, we also have a lot of articulations. So let's say we're doing a solo and we want it to sound right and also remind us as we're looking at it what we're supposed to play. You can hit V. Hear that slide there, get your hammer-ons and your pull-offs. You can do a pinch harmonic. You can write your tapping. Any of these kind of articulations you would need for a guitar. Regular notation software like Sibelius and Finale that are not guitar-based won't have those, but Guitar Pro will. All right, last but not least, Have y'all ever heard of MIDI? On Guitar Pro, we can export a MIDI file and drag that into a DAW and make a track to, jam to, record to, practice to, anything you want. So I'm gonna do that now. Breaking the law that we just downloaded. So we go to File, Export, MIDI, Open with, Logic. Let's see what it sounds like. Hell yeah. So this is something that you can do at home too. Obviously these MIDI instruments sound goofy, but it gives you the structure of the song and it gives you a template to play along to. So don't overlook it, it's a good study. In closing, if you're not already using play along tabs, you are so behind the technological curve. Of course, there's a bit of a learning curve, but it's a lot easier than standard notation. It's meant for us guitar players, and it's a good thing to know how to do. Really try it, get a feel for the program. It's $69.95 for a lifetime license, and you get to use it on 5 computers, so like, split it with your friends. If you like this video, please comment and subscribe. Let me know if you use Guitar Pro. If you want one-on-one lessons, you can find that on Patreon. If you'd like any help with anything, hit our Discord. Thank you.